Jordan Peele's Get Out has been regarded as one of the best movies of 2017, as well as one of the best horror movies. Its brilliant acting, use of metaphors, and foreshadowing was praised by critics and allowed it to be nominated for numerous awards. The ingenious and original plot was created by Jordan Peele, but his inspiration comes from many sources. Many films contributed to the creation and original philosophy of Get Out and played a huge role in the movie's success. One movie that influenced Get Out was Roman Polanski's Rosemary's Baby. This film follows main character Rosemary Woodhouse and the strange occurrences and paranoia she experiences after she becomes pregnant. By looking at the plot and actions of Chris from Get Out and Rosemary from Rosemary's Baby, distinct similarities can be drawn between the two main characters in each film. Both characters are very investigative and are able to discover the cause behind the usual events in their lives, but it is too late and the damage is done. In Chris's instance, he is very quick to catch on about the strange behaviors occurring around the Armitage's household. After discussing his concerns with his friend Rod and doing some investigating of his own, he discovers that Rose has been luring black men to her house so that they can be hypnotized and manipulated. Once he discovers this, he is able to escape, but is unable to save the other black men and women who have fallen into the same trap as him. Similarly, in Rosemary's Baby, after Rosemary gave birth, she is initially told her child died during labor, but she refuses to believe this and decides to do some investigating of her own. She finds the baby in a secret room, surrounded by satanic cult members who are celebrating the birth. She later discovers to her horror that her newborn child, named Adrian, is actually the son of the devil. Her husband Guy was not actually the father, and she was chosen to be the mother of the devil's son. Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, directed by Stanley Kramer, deals with race in a similar way to Get Out. In both films, a white woman dates a black man, and the couple visit the family of the woman for the first time. Both families insist that they are not racist and are all for racial equality, but don't act that way when meeting their daughter's black boyfriend. In the case for Get Out, Rose deliberately assures Chris that her parents will like him, despite never telling them that he is black. Upon meeting Rose's parents, the Armitage's overly sympathetic behavior towards Chris seems forced and unnatural, making it seem like they are treating him with such kindness because he is black.
This thing. How long?
4 months.
4 months.
5 months, actually.
She's right. I'm wrong.
Attaboy. Better get used to saying that.
Please, I'm so sorry.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. She's right. I'm wrong. See?
Does he have an off button? This is exhausting.
In Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, Matt and Christina Drayton insist that they are liberals who have always believed in racial equality. Yet when their daughter, 23-year-old Joanna Drayton, informs them that she is dating John Prentice, a 37-year-old black man, her parents are clearly unsettled by their relationship.
Wondering where you'd been. Mom, this is John.
Dr. Prentice, I'm so pleased to meet you.
I'm pleased to meet you, Mrs. Drayton. I take it Joanna's already...
George A. Romero and Jordan Peele both discussed racism in a similar fashion in each of their films. In both films, an African-American protagonist is forced to fend for himself, surrounded by people who initially wanted to help, but end up turning against him. For example, George A. Romero's Night of the Living Dead follows several teenagers in rural Pennsylvania who fight for their lives as they fend off a wave of zombies. In the film, Ben, who is African American, seeks refuge in a farmhouse, along with others who are trying to survive this wave of mass murder. His attempt to contact help fails, and he is locked out of the house, left for dead by the others in the house. Upon breaking into the house, he is forced to kill the remaining members. He was able to fend off all the zombies and is the only survivor by the next morning. Upon venturing outside the confines of the house the next day, he is shot dead by a posse who mistakes him for a zombie.
Go check out the house. There's something there. I heard a noise. All right, Vince. Hit him in the head, right between the eyes. Good shot. Okay, he's dead. Let's go get him. That's another one for the fire.
Similarly, in Get Out, Chris is persuaded by Rose to visit her family, the Armitages, for the weekend at their house in the forest. After Chris is cured of his smoking habits through hypnotism by Mrs. Armitage, the same technique that was supposed to help him is used against him. Using hypnotism, his conscience was put into the sunken place in an attempt to put the conscience of another family member in Chris's body. In both of these films, a black man is being plotted against by others who insisted they wanted to help.
Oh, shit.
Is he hurt?
Did you see him drop?
Yes.
There's no doubt that Jordan Peele's Get Out is a cinematic masterpiece. Its plot is ingenious and original, but this all couldn't have come out of nowhere. The films that influenced Get Out played a huge role in the overall themes and mood of the film. Their impact greatly affected the film's plot and allowed the movie to thrive and become one of the best films of 2017.